Johara, welcome back to my video, or my channel. My mind's everywhere because it cut me off when I was thinking making this video, so now I have to redo it because apparently my storage was full, which sucks. But luckily I pretty much remember what I was saying because I was just making it. I don't know if I'm supposed to, for this Treadathon, do every day make a video of my updated progress, but I don't want to do that. So I'm just gonna make videos throughout the month. Whenever I finish a book, a part of my Treadathon, I will give a short description of the book. I won't go too lengthy because that's for my insights videos, where I go really into detail about what the book is about. So there's obviously spoilers in that book if you do not want spoilers. But if you just want it, it's kind of like a review, I guess. I don't know why I call it insights. I might just as well just rename them on to my reviews, but I don't know, I'll think about it. So I finished this book on October 3rd. Today's the 3rd, right? It is the 3rd, right? Yeah. But I don't have internet right now, and most likely I won't be able to get internet again until the 5th. So that's when I'll be uploading this video. But I did finish it on the 3rd. Just want to let everyone know that I did finish this on the 3rd. So this is the poor book. Oh. Yeah, it didn't fall off. For a minute there, I thought it might fall off. That would suck. Okay, I'm sorry, book. I didn't mean to abuse you like that. Okay, so this is the book I read for one of the prompts of the Treadathon. It's Ever After High, A Wonderland of a World. And if you read my other books for this series, my other videos for this series, then you know it's based on the TV show Ever After High. I rated this book 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads because I loved it. I think the first book I rated 1 star because I did not like it. Second book I rated, I want to say 4 stars because it was good. But this one is the best and I loved it. This one was for which read a book with a female lead who will probably hex you if you mess with her. Because Lizzie's one of the main stars. I'm really sad that she's not on the cover because they even mentioned in the book that she's one of the main characters, she's one of the stars of the story. So is Maddie and Cedar, but still, I think instead of having Raven and Apple, since they were both barely in the story, to change it to Lizzie, be inside the heart, that would make sense since she's the queen, since she's the daughter of the Queen of Hearts, Princess of Hearts, have her face inside the heart. But I don't know. So I won't get too much into the story, but at the end of the last book, the Jabberwocky was freed. So in this book is the Jabberwocky wreaking havoc, and it kind of turned Ever After similar into Wonderland. It started making things go topsy-turvy and inside out in Wonderland, but it was in Ever After. And it started changing the characters into objects, or not always objects, sometimes animals. Actually, I think Raven was the only one that was turned into an animal. Actually, no, that's not true. A couple of them were. Okay, but anyways, Apple was turned into an apple, Raven was turned into Raven, but not all of them were like that. Ashlyn was turned into a shoe, Hunter was turned into a tree, Briar was turned into a rose bush, Daring was turned into a little beastie, so he was able to help them a little bit in the end since he was still himself, but only not, if that makes any sense. Which made me really happy because Lizzie and Daring are my favorite couple. They never actually got together on the series or the book, but they definitely have chemistry and they definitely have feelings for each other. There's just little scenes that show you that they have feelings for each other. So I don't care what anyone says, but they are canon. They may not have ever actually gone together officially, but they are canon in my heart. There was a few scenes with them, not that many. There was one cute scene in the beginning, one in the middle, and then a couple in the end. But at least they had a few really sweet scenes that had me all excited and be oh, they're so cute. I love them. But basically, Cedar was turned into a girl in her story. She's daughter of Pinocchio. She was turned into a real girl instead of made out of wood. So even though she did change from the spell, she was able to help them. Maddie, Lizzie, and Kitty on the other hand, since they're from Wonderland, they didn't change. But they were able to stop the Jabberwocky at the end, barely. Lizzie got extremely hurt by it. She sacrificed herself, which was a big thing for her because she would never do that. She did that to save Maddie. And Lizzie, I told you this was for a book with a female lead who will probably hex you if you mess with her. That is Lizzie, since she's the main character in this book. She was not in the first 2 books, sadly. She is in this book. And she definitely will hex you if you mess with her. But she started to show that she cares more. I mean, she always thought she had to be just like her mother. Her mother always taught her never to care, never to have friends. But in this book, it showed that she does. And she started to, and she hated herself at the beginning of the book for caring, for thinking of these people as her friends. But by the end of the book, she was like, maybe my mom was wrong. Maybe it's okay to care. And she finally accepted that she does care and that she has friends and that it's okay. So yeah. But it was a good story. I loved it. Obviously, I put 5 out of 5 stars. So I was gonna read this one tonight, which goes with but then I got doing stuff, and I'm probably gonna save this for tomorrow. I'll explain that why in a minute. It's the 4th book in the series. Usually I go from order from the series, and it's gonna be weird starting from another book, but I'll explain all that in a minute. This one goes for Demon. Read a book that's more than one point of view, like Possessed by Demons, which if you watch my other videos for this series, I explained that this is a part of the series, but it's a little bit different because it's a story collection, and each chapter is like a different journey, a different character's point of view, pretty much. And it was made after the these 3 books, so like the 4th book of the series, but it's more of a prequel because at the beginning of the 1st book it shows them getting leaving for school, and here is what each character, well, not every character in the whole show because there's a lot of characters, but pretty much the main characters of this book series. It shows what each one of them did before school, like during summer, like their own little adventures during the summer before they started at Ever After High for Legacy year. Yeah, so there's the introduction, Cedarwood and the End of Summer, Applewhite and the Ebony Hair Legacy, which I'm going to skip because I don't like Apple, Raven Queen and the Mirror Prison, Briar Beauty and the Jewelry Thieves, Madeline Hatter and the Upside Down Day, Ashlyn Ella and the Mysterious Woodsman, Hunter Husband and the Forest Maiden, Dexter Charming and the Yellow-Eyed Changeling, Darling Charming and the Razor Eel, Lizzie Harris and the Home for Hedgehogs, which I can't wait for that one because she's my favorite. Her, Maddie, and Kitties are the ones I'm most excited for. Kitty Cheshire and the Trixie Day, and from the Storybook of Legends, The Tale of Two Sisters, which is mentioned in the 1st book. Even though I did not like it, there was a few things in the 1st book you probably should read if you're going to continue the series. But yeah. So I don't actually have to read them in order because they don't really go in order. I'm probably going to save my favorite for last, so the Wonderland names are last. I'm probably going to do The Tale of Two Sisters first because I'm really curious about that because they mentioned it a lot in the 1st book, but they never exactly went into describing it, what it's really about. But yeah, so I'm probably gonna start that tomorrow. And oh yeah, I should probably give you an update on the book club I was telling you about that I'm doing with my mom. Well, we're still gonna do the book club, but she's gonna spend this entire month trying to read the book that I read last month because she was having trouble getting into it. So she's gonna, since I'm also doing this trick or treat-a-thon, instead of starting a new book, she can finish this one, I can do what I need to do here, and then next month she's choosing one of my books, which is Isle of the Lost, which is the, similar to Descendants. So there's that update. But when I was in the middle of the 2nd book of this series, I think. No, I was in the middle of the 1st book of that series. Actually, I think it was still close to the beginning of that series when I started the Shadow Realm Chronicles, May, because that's the book we did for last month, or still technically doing because she's still reading it. that was the first time I read 2 books at the same time, because I had to read that for the book club, and then I already had started that book, and then I put that book on hold because it was already boring me at that point. I mean, like I said, it was a 1-star read, but then after I finished it, I gave it to my mom, and then I read the other book. So, but for this Trick or Treadathon, I'm gonna have to read 2 books at once too, because there is one prompt here: werewolf, read a book only at night. So if I have to, which is this book, is a retelling of Beauty and the Beast, but twisted tale, more like as old as time. But I'm also using this for vampire, right? Yeah, vampire. Read a book with love interest you should meet in the dark alley, which is the Beast. So I'm using it for both, but to make sure I get both of them checked off, I have to read this book only at night. So I can only read this book at night, so I'm going to be reading it throughout the month, because I'm not going to be able to, because I might want to go to sleep, depends on how tired I am that day, or how into I am in the book. I mean, I've already read it once, but only once, and that was years ago. But it was a good book, I liked it. It's not one of my favorites, that's why I only read it once, and that was years ago. But yeah, so I'm going to start this one either tonight or tomorrow night. I haven't decided yet. I don't know, we'll see. But I'm probably going to start this book tomorrow. So I'll be reading 2 books at once, which is going to be weird for me. But I told you about this book too, which is Ghost, read a book set in place you want to haunt. Right? That's the one? No, this is Zombie. Read a book that features a disaster. Then this one is read a book someone recommended to you, which I told you I'm kind of nervous to read it because I don't know, I've heard bad things about it. I mean, there was one time I was excited to read it, but now I don't know. And it's weird because I usually don't care if anyone says bad about a book. I still read it and decide on my own, but this book just, I don't know. I don't have a good feeling about it. But I'm going to try it anyways and officially know if I like it or not, because maybe I'm worrying over nothing. And then this one is Ghost, read a book set in place you want to haunt. And I'm going to save this one for the end of the month so that as soon as I'm done with this, I can start on the other books in this series. I mean, I've already read them once, but they were good, really good. So I want to reread them. So I'm saving this at the end of the month so I can, beginning in November, do the other books. So this will be the last book I read, unless I finish it before this one, but I don't know. It depends. So yeah, those are the books, and that is my update. I lost what order these were in. Crap. Okay, I think it went like da 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 da, and then da da. So yeah, this is my Trick or Treadathon update. Ta-da! I finished this one. This one won't take me long at all. I could probably finish it tomorrow, depending on how much my mood is to read. Usually I'm at 100% to read, especially since I don't have internet and I can't really do much else, which, I mean, I don't need the internet to be shut off for me to want to read. I mean, I want to read anyways, but that's besides the point. So yeah, I could probably finish this like in an hour, to be honest. I mean, it looks thicker than it really is. I mean, especially since there's a couple chapters I want to skip, especially the Apple Parks. I don't care about Apple, I don't like her. She's like my third least favorite book character ever that I've read about. Second is Umbridge from Harry Potter. And first is Mary Hightower from Skin Jacket Trilogy, and I hate her, and I'm going to stop now before I get into a serious rant about how much I hate her, because that will happen. So, moving on. So, I'm done with this update. I will make a video right now so that about this book, so that I don't forget any key details. I want to do it right away, right? So yeah, that is my update, and so like and subscribe and comment your progress on the Trick or Treadathon, and I will see you guys later.